All right, welcome to another episode of F1 News, where we always bring you an analytical perspective, but always with a hint of laughter. So let's move on. Lewis Hamilton is kind of snitching on his team. Oh, you know what he said? He said they interviewed him, and he said, "There's a lot of things that's going on that I wish I could tell you, but I can't because I'm not supposed to tell secrets. But there's a lot of problems in our team." He was hinting towards the management and delivery. Then he also complained. He said, "When are our upgrades coming? Have you noticed that this year Ferrari keeps on pushing their upgrades week to week? They haven't solved that suspension, rear suspension, and floor. So I don't know if this is a problem with their chain of supply because of corruption or they don't have money. But I think he's hinting at it, and Vasseur hinted at it when he said everything has changed except for the management. Hamilton is hinting that the problem is with the management and with some other things, and he's hinting that the team is dysfunctional. But he's not saying any names. What do you think about that, Mr. Johnny? He's definitely not talking about Vasseur or you're not talking about the engineers. I don't think so. Go ahead. Yeah.
Maybe the problem they're having is because the money that they were supposed to use to go and spend on the car, they used to go and hire him. Yeah, because he's getting like 30 million. That's 30 million more than the world champion. I think Verstappen got like 50 million or so. He gets like 80 million a year for it. So
that's what they did. I agree with you. And you know what the problem? You're right, Hamilton. So I think we have to let you go because the team, because your salaries is feeding the team, is taking away money from development. You get my point?
Yeah.
So that's just crazy. What do you think, Kunle? I agree with that one, Mr. Johnny.
Since the last year, Hamilton has actually been improving, but his head has been falling. He's been getting more and more depressed, which means that there's some kind of political going Ferrari that's upsetting him. I don't think it's a technical issue. I think personalities are getting to him because he doesn't look like he's enjoying his racing, even when he does well. Even though I actually think that he's actually on track and is almost where he should be in the Ferrari, given the first season and the fact that he's a second car. And the fact he's getting closer to Leclerc. Well. So he's actually making progress. Could be fast. Yeah, but he's miserable. He's miserable. And I think there's something, I think that maybe if he's able to remove that, he might be able to get 1 or 2 more seconds or maybe half a second quicker across around the track. Maybe that's what he's trying to hint at or something like that. But yes, I do believe that the problem stems from a relationship within one of the pit crews, one of the team crews, and Hamilton, or people that Hamilton is allied with. Maybe he's taking another side. You know, the dynamics of politics, even in the office, nobody really knows that. Nobody really wants to talk about Keith and accounts.
And the thing about Hamilton is that he's very sensitive. So he cares about his relationship with people. Yeah. He needs to become like Leclerc and just be angry and just do your job. You know, because Hamilton, remember, he said, why aren't you talking to me? No, I'm not saying it in a bad way. Hamilton's sensitive. He needs people around him. He needs to feel good energy with people. Where Verstappen is the opposite. Verstappen doesn't care about how you feel. He just does his job. And if you're not doing your job, he'll shout at you. Finish. That's what Hamilton needs to do. And then I think the engineers will take it too. Just shout at your engineer and say, man, don't fuck up like this next week. Vettel used to do it with the same engineer. But Hamilton takes it to, not personally, but he's too he has too much empathy. He wants to be connected to people. He's sort of like Norris in that he's a nice guy. But he still has a killer instinct, but I think it drains him when there's not harmony amongst people. Whereas in some teams, everybody can be arguing and they'll still win. You understand? You know, have you ever taken a picture of your family and before they snap the picture, everybody's swearing, and they say cheese, and you all smile. Everybody say this family loves each other. That's how F1 should be. You shout at the engineers, come on, man, you motherfucker, you're messing up. Okay, time to race, let's race. Then after the race, argue. But I think when Hamilton argues with people, it drains him afterward. You understand what I'm saying? Whereas Verstappen will argue with you, and he'll swear and curse. Then he'll go home and eat ice cream. What are you going to say? Yeah.
I think someone's nicked his prawn sandwich from the canteen during the lunch break.
And here's another thing. Hamilton's admitted he said that he suffers from clinical depression. When he was young, his parents divorced and he had racial identity problems. And also he's a sensitive person. So all of that affects his personality. And as he's getting older, he just doesn't have as much emotional energy to put everything into driving. But like you said, he's been doing well this year. And we have to remember when he first moved to Mercedes, he was still losing for 2 years or 3 years before.
Yeah, I think they just need this season to just get themselves kind of like, aligned. They need to just so by next season,
they need to make up their mind if they're going to still try to win races this year or focus on next year's specs. They might need to just start focusing on next year. But it's difficult for Leclerc and Hamilton to lose races and do badly and think, oh, next year I'll be better. You know who's good at doing that is Alonso. Alonso is just waiting for next year. You understand what I'm saying?
Next year.
Yeah. He's patient. So sometimes you have to be patient. Yeah. Don't worry about losing now. Just take your losses now. Next year is another Euro. Okay, so